here at One Young Star, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd. So what is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of Loungin. To my left, I have the wonderful, awesome Marqueeda LaStar.
Yeah, what it do, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
What's up?
Staying real, y'all. This is how we do.
We real lounging today. We're eating oranges.
Eating oranges.
Trying to keep our vitamin C up.
Get your vitamin C.
It's really cold in LA. You know, climate change is real, my peoples. So we are having like cold. I mean, I've been in LA all my life. And the only way
it's a little chilly.
It's chilly. And the only way you got chill like this is you have to be like in what's called like Inland Empire, which is like far, far, far away from LA. It's like 40 miles, 50 miles in from the coast. Yeah. And that would be freezing. You know, I lived out there a little bit, you know, for school, but it'd be cold. So, you know, we trying to stay healthy. Yep. And keep,
you know what I'm saying?
And so you gotta get your fruits and your vegetables and whatnot.
Get your fruity fruit. You know what I'm saying? So we got Thievez in the house. We got Little Miss Chocolate. Welcome back. I think were you here last week? I can't remember, but welcome back from whenever we last saw you. Welcome back, y'all. Nice to see y'all. So we had a tough week. Had a very tough week. You know, Black History Month is not going.
It's not going well at all.
Black people, man. I mean, Chauncey K. Robinson was on Twitter, and she was like, "Can we get a do-over? Can we because it's starting? It's not. This is not how I planned Black History Month." I guess let's start with something light.
What, Soulja?
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
Is that well? It's light in the sense that it hasn't been founded.
Yeah.
And when I was listening to it, it seemed a little unlikely.
Yeah, Soulja Boy can't kidnap nobody. Soulja Boy,
like, can he not?
I mean, well, yeah, I guess he got goons, so maybe they can like snatch it.
But does he have guns? Because he doesn't be like
he got like that one dude with gold teeth.
He had like I was watching some TMZ video. And he had like 2 or 3 dudes around him.
Yeah, so he got a little bit. So Soulja Boy, you know, stay real. You know what I'm saying? Just don't kidnap nobody. If you ain't kidnapping nobody, don't kidnap nobody new. Just ask people if they would like to come to your house, and they'll say yes or no, and then there you go. So the top story of the week.
He's got into some new stuff before that. It says Soulja Boy confirms that he's going to fight Jake Paul. Why?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was they want to do something like 10 million or something, like fight or whatever.
No.
And Jake Paul and Soulja Boy. This is the thing though. On the smart tip for them business wise, they both know that they're so hated that people will watch it to see them get hurt, and they'll pay to watch them get hurt. So it's strangely smart. Because they know people hate them. So they're like, yo, look at all the money Jake Paul came up, or was it Logan Paul? I think it was Logan Paul. Came off with all that boxing money. Like, it's business-wise,
I guess
it's responsible, but it's not good for your health. And it's just, you don't want this to be your brand after a while. Like, your celebrity boxing.
You don't want to do this.
Nah, or maybe like once a year. But like, dude, you just did it a couple months ago. Like,
he did?
Yeah, because he fought the YouTuber from the UK, I think. Not Soulja Boy, but Logan Paul.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, are we really? Wow.
Soulja Boy need to fight Nintendo first. He need to win that joint. Take that. And, Soulja Boy need to do what I told him to do. Just reskin the games called like Soulja Kart. You know what I'm saying? Soulja 2K, playing basketball with Soulja Boy. You know what I'm saying? Everything be fine. But slide that to the side. We ain't worried about that. The Pope was in the news this week. Trying to hit the small stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Pope still ain't saying nothing, y'all. Yeah, Pope still ain't worth nothing. Here's the deal. So it comes out and it's like, yo, all these nuns, because we know about children being molested and stuff, and that's definitely pervasive. But then we're like, oh snap, nuns have been getting molested too. We ain't know that. So now this whole big thing about nuns being molested and like taken advantage of, been going on forever, right?
Right.
So he comes out and he makes a statement, and he's like, we're gonna investigate this, and this is a problem. We want to get to the bottom of it. But then he turns to, society has been becoming more sexualized. It's like, whoa. Don't blame this on society. Don't blame this on society. This is your problem. This is the Vatican. Hell yourself. Don't be trying to blame. Don't be trying to blame society.
I feel like, look, you take a vow of celibacy. That you know the gig before you get it.
Thank you.
And I think the problem is you got people who want, I guess, they love God and they want to be a man of the cloth, but they are really not down about the celibacy. Like the celibacy doesn't seem like it's working.
Well, here's the thing: everybody if you look in the Bible, everyone isn't called to celibacy. That's the problem. That's the problem in the first place. Is that you're running your thing wrong.
Exactly. And then you got like
celibacy.
This view about women, especially in religious circles. Like every religion's got like very few religions have this like anything that's anywhere near close to modern view of women.
Or they try to minimize it where they're like, oh well, women didn't preach, and it's like, well, yeah, they did. They weren't specifically saying like, hey, everybody, I'm preparing to preach. But women ministered in the Bible before. Yes, they did. Like Ruth is one of them. So it's like, it's like they want to like hide it and gloss it and be like, oh,
there's a lot of issues there.
It's like, but it's there. It's in the Bible. Like women have ministered in the Bible before. So it's not like it never happened before. And so we can't never do it now.
We're always pretending because people are religious that they don't have demons, even though they'll say, I'm here by grace. Yeah. And that's true of even the Catholic.
Only their sin is the one that needs to be forgiven.
You're right. And I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying like, okay, I know you're a person. So why are you above being reprimanded for this? Yeah. Why is saying that priests do these things just so they're people at the end of the day, aren't they? Yep. And people do shitty things like this. They do terrible
My
things
problem
like
is
I don't know.
Stop just relocating them
so they need to be kicked out. They need to be handed over to authorities. They need to be dealt with. And they just do this shell game.
It's like oh well, we'll just move him down to like this country or that country, or we'll suspend him for a little bit, but bring him back like 5 years later.
I don't
nobody remembers
why you would need to do any of that, but I don't know. I'm not. Look, fam, I'm not particularly religious.
If y'all Catholic people in the chat or just watching the replay, let us know down below.
You can say Catholic, but this applies to just about any.
But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to get it off of because like the Pope was like society. We talk about you right now. Right. It's the same thing with that R. Kelly stuff. I don't want to hear about Puff Daddy. I want to talk about R. Kelly right now. They're like, because they said his wife when she gave birth was underage and blah, she was young or whatever. Look, I ain't worried about that. I asked about that. We talk about R. Kelly, and right now we talk about the Vatican. All right, when we face the Vatican, we can go on to Hindus, Christianity, or whatever you want to do next. All right, Islam, whatever. But right now we talk about the Vatican. That's what we talk about. Pope. All right, but. If you're Catholic in the chat, let us know. I want to know what you think about people just being kind of like moved around and shuffled around, but never really facing any charges. Is it something that you just expect now and is just par for the course? Or is it something that you're truly angry about and you wish would change? Or I'm interested. I want to know from the Catholic society. You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
NERDSoul, Catholic NERDSoul people.
I'm pretty sure if you looked in demographics of this show religion, I have like 0 Catholics. I don't know. Maybe Catholics are feeling me. Maybe I'm deep in the Catholic community and didn't even know it. Maybe
some people go through the motions.
Well, yeah.
And they're like, they do all the stuff they're supposed to do, but they don't go to church on Sunday. I knew people like that. I knew people who did their confirmations and all that. But you can never catch
Sunday be like, nah, bro.
Sunday.
But see,
out there
but if
that
you,
worldly
Sunday,
life.
if you with us, I'll just say this. God bless you. There you go.
You could have went to 8 o'clock service.
Yeah. Yep. Could have went to 8. Could have went to 8. Yo, straight up, shout outs to all my people that grew up in the church. 8 o'clock service is the bomb because they can't go wrong. You know they can't because they got 10 o'clock service, so they got to let you out. They got you be waking up mad early.
Like 10 because it's 10 or 11. Like I think mine's
that 11 o'clock service. You don't never know, man. Because the spirit on you, don't never be. Man, they be hitting you. They be like, doom, 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 doom. You don't look. You ain't never leaving. You be sitting there like, man, when are we going to eat? I'm hungry. I ain't get no breakfast.
I be falling asleep. Getting the shoulder.
Deacon be sleeping in the back. Be like, what?
Oh my God, that is the funniest thing when the deacons fall asleep on the stage, on the pulpit.
And then like,
and then wake up like,
I'm like,
no.
Amen, brother. Like they ain't gonna sleep like that kid at the State of the Union when he was just like I was like, dude, you ain't gotta sleep like that. I mean,
they were just resting their eyes.
I know Trump isn't a riveting speech giver, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta be like, he was done. It looked like the bully came there, gave him a right hook, and then all right, you know what? Bullying is bad. That's wrong. I retract my previous thing. I reel myself in. That was wrong.
Please,
that was wrong. Bullies, stop bullying.
Right.
Or maybe keep bullying because that'll give the kids the gumption to be like, you know what? I gotta step my game. No, don't. Bullying is bad. It is bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not good.
I don't feel like I can believe you, NERDSoul.
Bullying is bad. Not playing. Bullying is really bad. Stop stealing kids' lunch. Stop taking milk off their tray and stuff. Stop pushing them around in the line. And stop doing that head mush. You know the head, you come to kid and you push their head and mush it in. Don't do that neither. That's wrong. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. All of y'all. So
Max Evans says, as a former Catholic, I left the church due to immoral
patriarchy. Max Evans is you Catholic?
He said that is all.
Really?
Man, I need to replace my
You Catholic though?
My screen thing for my phone.
Really though? You Catholic, Max?
It's already like messed up and dirty.
Sometimes you gotta freshen it up. So
I just want this though. I'm tired of spending money on this phone. I just got it, and it's just a money pit.
Before we move on, guys, make sure you share out this stream, hit that thumbs up, all that good stuff. Because if you hit that thumbs down, I'm gonna send that little boy Trump's bully after you. You better believe that. And you know he ain't playing. He taking all your lunch money. So the biggest story of the week. Well, you know what? We got one more. Well, I'm gonna say CM Brady to the end. Do a little something, little jazz it up.
Yeah, I mean, you can say it to the end.
Let's say it to the end. We'll say that.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Taken himself, Qui-Gon Jinn, I don't know, he's been in I can't remember his name, it's like low romantic comedy stuff, but Liam Neeson.
Okay, I was like, I clearly I do not watch that movie, but it's still because I was like,
Liam Neeson had an interview this week, and he talked about a low point in his life. He said that a friend of his was raped. You know what I'm saying? And she said it was a black man. And he was so angry that, he went out. He was so just fueled by rage that he went out with a kosh. It's like a crowbar, like in the English, Irish version, whatever. But anyway, goes out. He's looking for black men, just any black dude. Just coming out of a pub or something.
Well, he wants the black dude to
approach him.
Him, start some shit with him, start some stuff. So then he'll feel free to just whip on this dude's ass. Clearly he was that about that smoke. He could just take his shit back in the day, I guess, to just feel like you could stroll out and pick a random fight with somebody. And
I guess he's always had a particular set of skills.
Right, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, he tells this story as a part of a press junket, no less. And so it was real bold. It was not the story I would take a gamble with because you're trying to do this relatable thing. Yeah. And he's like, because all his movies are about revenge. Now there's caveats in here that I don't even feel he did not take. Like if you're going to tell this story that One is like extreme white privilege. Do you think you could tell a story about like randomly wanting to kill like an innocent black person?
Yeah, just any black guy.
And we're not even. I'm not even going to get into the woman's story, but even he wanted to kill an innocent white person. Hell, for all we know, someone could have been convicted of the crime. I'm not getting into the actual story, but your reaction made me feel like you already have a problem with black people if your reaction is, I'm going to kill a random person with the same hue as your supposed attacker. That's my first problem. And then you're not aware that this could hit people wrong. That didn't even come into your mind. So you didn't clean it up. You didn't tidy it up. Then you make it just about the revenge part. I'm like, no, there's the problematic part, the racist problem in your story that you don't acknowledge nor you don't resolve. You say it's a terrible thing to want revenge because all his stories are about revenge. Then there's the other nuance that all the revenge that happens in your movies, because I've seen at least a few of them, because my dad likes his movies, is that it's justified revenge. It's like you're never going, oh man, that's not right. No, you're rooting for him.
You're like, yo, man, something happened.
The dude
you're going after save his daughter.
Did some terrible shit, and if I was in that situation, and I had the special skill set, I would go do it too. That's what makes the movie so fun. So I haven't seen this movie, this Pursuit, right? That's the name of this.
Cold Pursuit.
Cold Pursuit. Yeah. And so I'm like, there's so many things lost in his story that I almost like, why did you bring up? Like, I get the revenge part of it, but there's these other really big important parts where this story you're telling, the revenge wasn't justified. It was led by prejudice or just straight up racism. Like, I don't know which one. I know the difference between the two, so I always put the two out there. Yeah. Everybody says everything's racism. I'm like, it's not always racism. Yeah. know the difference. And so you're clearly at the very least prejudiced against black people. At the very least, where you think that's okay, but you didn't resolve any of that. So it didn't go with the story. Nah. It didn't go. It just didn't fit. And had you kept that to yourself and took it to your grave, we all would be better for it. Like, it just was unnecessary and had me looking at you a whole.
Now I got to skip episode 1 of Star Wars. Now I was technically already skipping episode 1 of Star Wars.
I like episode 1. I like Queen Amidala.
Yeah, yo, she was laced, yo. She always had fly stuff. Right. Like, face painters on point.
Exactly. That's what I liked about it. So all the other stuff I didn't pay no attention to.
But here's my thing of why, because people are like, oh, it happened so long ago. You know, he feels different now. Mm-hmm. It's the way he was relating to that story, and he got to the line when he said the phrase "black bastard." His tone, it's still in there. When you listen to how he says "black bastard," he's still there.
I honestly did not want to watch him recap it.
Well, it's an audio file that I got. Okay. It was on YouTube or something. And when he says "black bastard," it's in his voice. He's still
mad about it.
He's still mad about it. Now, a lot of people, have gone to the whole rape thing. I'm not going to handle the rape thing. We're just going to say it did happen. She said it happened, so I'm going to say it happened. We know that, there have been many false accusations, especially from white women to black men, but we're going to leave that alone. We don't know. We have no idea.
Yeah, we don't have any details.
We're going to throw that out the window.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, we're going to throw that out the window. We're going to deal with just his statement and his actions. Mm-hmm. And that was, he a little racism in there. And then when he said he came to about a week later, this is what I think that come to us. I think that was him realizing, oh, hold up, am I racist? Because, and this is why I say that, because when Brexit was going on, they were interviewing people in the UK. And there was this white woman that I saw, and I wish I had it recorded, but she said, I don't like black people, and I don't know why. And straight up, I wish more white people would admit that, because then we could talk about how media pressure, how magazines, how toys, how all of this stuff plays into our psyche and divides people. And then, so he was probably walking around thinking, yo, I'm just Liam Neeson, I'm just a regular guy. And then after trying to hunt down random black dudes to kill him, he probably said, hey, I think something's wrong with me. And it's like, yeah, you're racist. You didn't even know it. See, ever since you were younger, you were told that black things were ugly and white things were good, but you never questioned it. You were just like, I'm a kid. So you kept going along. And then, you know, when you saw the news, they emphasized the black violent crimes and wiped away the white ones. And you kept going on through life and you were like, oh, I don't know. Now you're 13, 14, you're like, man, black people are always doing stuff because that's all you see. Now you're an adult. You don't think you're racist. You're like, yo, I'm just Liam Neeson. Until someone tells you that a black dude raped them and now you want to go kill any black guy. And then you're like, hey, I think something's wrong with me. Yeah.
Something's wrong
with
you.
It's called racism.
Well, no,
institutional racism.
Exactly. It's
in you.
It's in you. It's built into you. And like anti-blackness and like hate against black people is it's like global.
Yeah.
And so you're taught from a very early age, and that's the problem with white supremacy is that it operates without you aware. It's very much like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Unless you're actively fighting the Matrix, you're a part of the
Matrix. Or you're
like
looking for it.
Right.
Like
because it's like anytime they were like, remember in the Matrix where he's like, well, anybody who's still connected to the Matrix, they're a threat.
Yeah,
they can be turned into
even if they don't know, they can be because they're connected.
They're connected to it. If you haven't rejected it,
girl. See, yo, because now I'm looking at the Matrix as a whole. See, I was just looking at the Matrix as like government control, but now I'm seeing that joint as like institutional racism too. Yeah. If you connected to the Matrix, anyone can use you to be an agent.
Exactly. Even if your character in the Matrix would be extremely against that, against like the government cracking down on citizens, against like any kind of bigotry, racism, any kind of isms, but because you're still in the system, you can use you. So if you're not like, I'm going to deplug from the system and really duke it out, then you're an agent.
Now, big shouts out to the chat. We got, of course, Thievez and Max saying some stuff. I'm not going to really. I'm gonna skip. Well, you know what? I'm gonna talk to Max because Max puts out tons of falsehoods. So, all right, here's one. All right, well, this technically isn't a falsehood. This is a false equivalency. All right, Max says Mark Wahlberg committed an actual hate crime in 1988. His career blossomed. SJW fake outrage. Here's the thing: 1988, SJW didn't exist. 1988, Twitter didn't exist. 1988, Facebook didn't exist. 1988, Instagram didn't exist. 1988, the perpetual racism inside of internet culture and the ability to be able to call it out in mass did not exist. So the people who have voices now did not have voices then because they were able to be shut down because there were only so many television channels that covered the news. And they did not cover the news, as we just said with institutional racism, about white stars. So miss me with that. All right, so on to Thievez. He says, it wasn't about revenge. It was just, I finally have a reason to justify my feelings towards black people. I mean, I know he came on, he talked to an old girl on, what was it, NBC or whatever, Good Morning America. He's like, I'm sorry. I feel bad. We need to talk about these things. No, we don't. What we need to talk about? Yo, you was wrong.
That's what it should be. It should be like a jump off to apologize and then say, I'm going to do the work. Yeah. I do think as a whole we do need to talk about it.
Yes.
But what I don't think white people understand is that work really needs to start with them.
Yeah.
It's like we know about
this. We know about this. And we're not perpetrating these things. We're not making racism happen. We're just breathing, and it's like, yeah, did you know girls were selling water on the juice? Did you know people was in the pool?
Right.
You know somebody was sleeping in the comments of the school that she pays to be in.
They feel so attacked. I'm like, look, as much as you're tired of hearing about it, I'm tired of living it.
Thank you. It's like, trust me, I'm tired.
a million times more tired living it than you are about hearing it. I was like, just stop doing it.
Yeah.
But if you're on autopilot, then that means everybody gotta realize they have prejudice.
And then that makes people like us look crazy because we're like, hey, yo, man, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Yeah. Why you always call you hypersensitive? No, it's just my antennas is up. Where was your antennas?
Right.
When racism was happening. Anyway, so since this has happened, boats and life rafts and all lifelines to white people when they do racist stuff, just let them drown. Just let them drown.
And like,
he had been Taken and Taken 2, Taken 3, but Taken and Taken 2, pretty solid films. But we don't. If we erase Taken and Taken 2, they be all right.
Taken 3.
You ain't missing.
Oh my God.
He comes up and his wife is dead, and then you got to find out why his wife is dead. He goes to this hotel, and he climbs a fence all slow because he's kind of old now. But you know what I'm saying? It's just bad. They should have put a double in there, and he could have hopped the fence real fast.
Really though,
it's just bad.
Why do that?
I don't know why they wrote that fence climb in there.
I mean, climb fence in there, and then he agrees to it. You got enough clout to pull a string, but obviously his judgment isn't the best.
Yeah. So Michelle Rodriguez says Liam Neeson, he can't be racist. Cause did you see how he tongued down Viola Davis? Yo, he kissed her mad hard in Widows. Now
don't remind me, those were like the most.
Another movie that I wanted to see that's now messed up because people running around trying to kill any regular black man. You know what I'm saying? So
now, I saw Widows. There's enough colored people in there that I will like Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
He isn't in there enough.
Oh, okay.
To not go see that movie. There's too many like actresses of color.
Because I remember him being in, at least from the trailer, like their husbands was stealing stuff, but then they got killed, and then the wives got to go make the money back or something.
So he's like,
and I got my boy from Atlanta.
He's literally in the beginning and end of the movie. There's a whole swath. He's in there. There's too many black actors in there. Go see that movie.
Black actors. So. Let me explain this to anyone. All right, so you can fetishize a race and still be racist towards
that's a great subject.
Because your fetish is about controlling that race because you're racist towards that race. So I want to control the physicality of this race. Say you're a woman that's racist against black men. You can still fetishize black bodies and want to sexually control black men, but not like black people. You can be a white man who hates black people or doesn't like black people, but wants to sexually control the body of a black woman to show his dominance. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, like I said. So just because you kiss somebody does not absolve racism. Do you know how many slave masters? The reason there's so many light brights, where they always want to talk about is light skin versus dark skin. Well, guess what? You want to know why there's so many light skinned people? Because racist, white supremacist slave owners found it okay to have sex with their slaves. That's why. So you can be racist and still want to control the black body of a black person.
Man, you caught me off guard with that one.
Yeah. And so don't believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Rodriguez, I'm sorry. You know what? Look, Michelle, stop it. All right. Because I like Fast and Furious. All right, so don't you do it. You messed up like before. So you said some dumb stuff before, but I'm gonna let that. I want to say she said something dumb before. No, sorry, that's Gina Rodriguez. Sorry, I'm messing up. I'm messing you and your cousin. I'm messing y'all up.
I was thinking that. I was like, don't do it.
So I'm messing you and your cousin up. Mixing y'all up.
I didn't call you out though. I was like, nah.
Michelle,
I was hoping that wasn't the case.
Michelle, let me get on you though.
Yeah.
Don't do it no more.
I remember reading an article that I cannot find at the moment, but I've seen it multiple times. And there was somebody who talked Pornhub into giving them their search data, and they wanted to do like they do research on like different sex related topics, and they made this map of the U.S. to show you like what's most popular. And when I
remember that.
Right. And when you go to the deep south that has like strong racial issues, race issues is everywhere, but it's definitely concentrated in the south, unfortunately. And like ebony popped up everywhere. Now, sure, they got large black populations, but there's a lot of white people down there looking up ebony. And we'll call you the N-word, and then we'll go look up some ebony porn.
But they'll be like, oh, I hate them. But let me see that booty, dude.
Exactly. It's like interracial porn is big. And it ain't us. It's you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're not perpetrating that.
So I was like, that whole idea that you can like you just go at it Yeah, shoot. Both black, white women like to be dick down. That whole, big black dick stereotype. I have
heard not a stereotype, but continue.
This
is a family show. This is a family show.
You like the stereotype. To me, it's not one.
This it's a family show. Continue.
You don't want to be reduced to your neither region.
Thank you. I am more.
You're more than your
I'm a man. I have a mind. I have a voice. A character.
But yeah, I definitely had my time in college where I had melanin challenged friends. Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go at so and so because he's from Africa." I'm like, "Where in Africa?" They're like, "I don't know."
Then you don't know. I've been working on his accent all through high school. Now he's fooling you in college. Right. Talk about he's from Africa.
We had like a Pan-African union at my college. Mm-hmm. And so we did have brothers that were from the continent sisters too, all through starting like from the northern part, like Morocco, Egypt, right, all the way down to South Africa. So we have people all through there, Nigeria, Ghana, Ghana in the house. Yeah, we had a lot of people, different people in the house and stuff like that. And then old girl was gonna get upset because she went with I don't even want to say the country he was from. And she's like, I don't get it. He's from Africa. It should be bigger. And I was like, ooh, I'm not your friend anymore. See? I was like, why are you telling me this?
See, you know what? I'm gonna leave that right there. I ain't gonna mess with that. Now, speaking on the color for a second, right, we're gonna get to the rest of the stars in a moment. Yeah, okay. But there's been a video circulating from a Facebook Live from I forgot which football player, and Thought Crimes put it up. So check out Thought Crimes with a Z, TCZ on YouTube. But they put it out on YouTube where on Instagram where there's a live where he's saying, toast to light-skinned babies or whatever. And they're, the football players are dark-skinned, but they got like number white girls around them, and they're all toasting to light-skinned babies. Mm-hmm. So that shows how those people on either side can still fetishize having sex together so they can have light-skinned babies or they can have control over their bodies. This goes deeper than just like, oh, he's not racist. He kissed him. It's okay. It's all good. Now, Terry Crews. Let me first say, he is not Terry Cloth Crews. You know what I'm saying?
That was cold.
He's Terry Crews. Oh snap, Doria! You know what? We don't got. Look, we need to play. We're gonna play we gonna play music for you one day, Dorielle. But big shouts to Dorielle for coming through with the super chit. She says, "How many black people have dated non-black people and were still called the N-word? A lot in my 21 Savage voice."
A lot.
A lot. Yo, shouts to 21 Savage. She out there, trying to fight.
Yo, why didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, you know what? Let's get on 21. We're gonna handle 21 Savage after. We gotta get with Terry Crews.
Okay,
but big shouts to Dorielle for coming through for the super chat.
Because there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. So we're gonna wrap this up and then get to 21. Okay. So Terry Crews comes out and he's like, "Look, what we're seeing is someone describing the fork in the road and their battle with, who they are or whatever." Mm-hmm. That's what we're seeing. He didn't particularly say that Liam Neeson is or isn't racist. He just said that we're seeing someone who describes how, when they came to that boiling point of deciding what kind of person they're going to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that Liam Neeson is over this. I don't think he's over this, because the way he says black bastard, he ain't over this. He's still, at least with this story, he's still taken back to that. He's still there. You know what I'm saying? He's still that anger around black bastard. Because if you were over it, you would have said there was this low time that I went through. Unfortunately, I was just looking for any black guy, and it was horrible, and I didn't want to be that person. That's someone who's changed. But when you're like black bastard, it's like it's in the throat. There's all the gruff in there. Yeah, he still ain't too cool with black people like that. But Terry Crews was like, yo, this is all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. He got flamed. Yo, I know y'all like to jump on Terry Crews for the whole thing with the sexual harassment. But guys, Terry Crews ain't did nothing. He didn't defend him. All he did is outline, this is where he came to. This is what happened. This is what we're seeing. He didn't say anything about he is or isn't racist. Unlike Michelle Rodriguez, who definitely said it's BS, he's not racist. So look, here at NERDSoul, we ain't hating on Terry Crews, yo. Yeah. Why y'all want? Let me ask you this. Why do y'all want to take down Terry Crews so bad? What is it?
Where is it? Because there's people I find that are far more problematic, but it's always back to taking shots at Terry Crews.
Yeah.
And like,
what is it about
it's
Terry
like
Crews
he's super likable. To me, he's often on the right side of issues.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I really think it comes down to the sexual assault case. And them a lot of, I wouldn't even say a lot. There's this very vocal.
A lot. It's Doriel, you get into it.
A very vocal, smaller fraction, unfortunately, of mostly Black men and some Black women who are.
Why y'all doing me like that, man? I'm trying to hold it down for y'all.
And I'm thinking like this is a good thing where we have somebody who didn't allow their emotions to take over them.
Yeah.
Who is now living their best lives. I mean, I would trade what he's doing now for him being behind bars any day of the week.
Yep.
My brain can't say, and there's times where things have happened to me and I definitely wanted to go there. I can be, vengeful and vindictive, but I'm like, I got shit to live for.
Yep.
I got people to live for. I can't go out in a blazing, I handle my shit and I did that. I'm riding in jail for 5 to 10, but I handle mine. I don't understand how that's the solution. I just don't. And now he has a thriving career. People are behind him more than ever.
Why you
hurt
me so bad?
And why hate on that? I don't know. And you're making it again. You're proving his point because now other young Black men of any age and men in general, this is why they don't report.
Yeah.
Now,
Max Evans said Terry Crews is an emasculated Black man whose 15 minutes is up. He got his justice. He needs to shut up now. I got 2 questions for you. One, how is he emasculated? That's my first question for you. Honest question. I want you to seriously answer that. And 2, why does he need to shut up? Is it because he's emasculated or is it for another reason? And if it's for another reason, give an honest response for that reason. Like, no troll stuff. Give me a serious answer.
I would
serious point-by-point answer of why he should shut up as opposed to any myriad of other Black people that are screwing up right now.
Right. So, and he's joined up with, oh God, forgive me. I forgot her name. She's the original person who started Me Too.
Oh, okay.
And they've come together because, again, as I said,
but he needs to shut up.
Wait. It's important that Black men in general be able to raise their voices and say, I too was assaulted.
Yeah.
Without y'all coming for their manhood and attacking them continuously. Yeah. Y'all attack him out of the blue.
Yeah,
he can be
doing
it for nothing. And so my thing is this: why aren't we interested in protecting, boys and young men who are also being preyed upon? Why aren't we interested in that? And why is it the only time that seems to come up? Now, the only time I feel like I see this fraction all crazy about what's happening to boys and young men or men in general is when women are talking about it. When Me Too popped up and women were like, we want the sexual assault, to stop. That's when it's like, well, what about dudes?
Well, no,
what about this?
Actually, there were some men that posted Me Too and they got clowned. Yeah. So it's like, they were like, Me Too. I've been hurt too, and then they got kind of like argued into
the Me Too I'm talking about is it's not like you're a guy sharing your story of what happened to you.
Okay.
It's the guys who are like, well, what about the men? It's whataboutism. If they don't have a story to share, they're not saying nothing happened to them. They're just saying, well, there's guys that go through that too, so y'all need to shut up. It's a shut down, deflect.
No. Yo, look, the only way
those are the people I'm talking about
is our community moves forward
exactly.
Together.
And so he's being like he's pretty much leading the charge. He says, you know what? I'm gonna go talk about this because he didn't have to. Nope. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna try to help other people come out, other men, other Black men say, I've gone through this. Let me get it out and let me heal and move on.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't shut up.
And the funny thing is,
do you tell any other activists, well, didn't you get the justice for your situation? Oh, sit down and shut up. What issue do you care about, Max? Where you gonna have the person once they won and done sit down? That's not how any of this works.
Yeah, when you telling like
the civil rights wouldn't have happened if people was like, it's like one and done. Okay, we got this. Oh, the bus boycott worked. Okay, we done. They're supposed to sit down and shut up. Like, just run your logic out to its natural conclusion. Yeah, please. It doesn't work.
Yeah, and
he's fighting so other men can do the same, which we need them to do. We need them to heal. We need them to put aside their anger, because then they go out and they take that on other people, and it's this vicious cycle.
And the good thing that I thought was going to happen is since he is popular and since he is so big, then younger boys and younger men would be like, you know what? Yeah, I was thinking younger boys and younger men be like, okay, look, this happened to me. It happened to me. And that's what I was expecting to see. That is not what I saw.
I'm like, every dude and their grandma like throwing like sand in his eyes. They're trying to stop him from being great. Why?
And so straight up, I'm honestly glad that Terry Crews is continuing.
I would like him though to take a break from Twitter. For his sake. For everyone's sake, just take a break. Yeah, because you're not going to win with them. Because I think a lot of these guys, mostly guys, some women,
I hate to say it, and of course this is not a gender thing. I hate to say it, most of it I see is coming from the fellas, man.
It is.
It's coming from the fellas.
I've seen some women.
I don't think I've seen any women. Oh, you seen
I've
women?
seen some women.
Really?
But
really?
The pygmies are out strong. Yes, Hoteps, pick me. I too think he's a weak ass, whatever. Yeah, pick me, please.
Hoteps is strong online, boy. Hotep's internet connection is strong, boy. They gonna pay Comcast. They don't pay nobody else.
They got shit to say.
They got things to say, and it's gotta be snappy because it's gonna be on Twitter.
Yeah.
They got gifts to choose out. And you know what? I'll just say I think it's funny. Looking at the chat. No,
he gonna get at us later. So, I'm sure he's gonna hit us up on Twitter.
He gotta think real hard.
You know what?
He gotta be witty.
Okay.
He gotta be witty.
He don't just gotta be witty. That's not a fast. Now, to be honest, if you got anything really to say about what you've asked, that's not a quickie anyway. Well, so
I disagree a little bit. If you already knew, you could say it. If you already knew why he needs to shut up, he needs to shut up because of this and this and this.
That's true. Okay.
His 15 minutes are up. He's emasculated because of this.
Yeah, and I was like, how is his 15 minutes up? He's a
dude is a working actor. On a TV show as I guess what the main cast. It's like an ensemble cast.
Exactly.
Yo, Andre is killing it on that show. Yo, man, look. That show it's dumb, but it's a good dumb.
I don't know. I like that dumb because it's like Reno 911. I liked it.
Yeah, it's like a good dumb. It really is. It's like y'all always doing dumb stuff. So anyway, I see Max put in one thing. We'll get back to Max in a second, but we got a TV show that came out. Siempre Bruja. Or Siempre Bruja. Excuse me. Sorry to all my Latinx folks out there getting your Bruja on. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down for y'all. So, show comes out, and the basic premise is there's a girl, she's a witch, and she's a slave, but she falls in love with her slave master's son, and it's like this forbidden love.
You're gonna love his reason for why he's
yeah, it's probably dumb. So she in love with him, but it's forbidden love. All right, it's forbidden. So they go and burn her at the stake, but then somehow she transports to the future, and she's time traveling witch too. But she has to go back and save her slave master's son, love. And
okay, so I was reading about the plot too. somebody interjected that she wasn't actually a witch. It was they were starting to pot up that it was her mutant powers, and that was the best way for her to explain what was happening. Well, they didn't understand. Okay.
Mutant powers.
I don't know. I was reading
but
about it.
But
still, I was hoping you would know because I was so confused.
I don't know because I never watched it, but I did see the mutant powers thing.
I don't know. I will be real honest. When I first saw this, it was suspect to me. Yeah. And I was like, but everybody was so excited. I was like, I'm gonna let y'all have y'all thing. Like, I'm cool with something not being for me. I'm very cool with that. So it doesn't have to be for me. True. And I'll be like, I'm gonna let y'all live. But I don't know why, but it just wasn't hitting me in the way.
And then when it came out,
I was like, that's what it was. Something was wrong because they didn't release the plot in its totality, but they were like giving you little bits and pieces, and I was like, wait, there was just something about it that was off to me. And then when it fully came out, I was like, oh, there it is. We've got this slave master love story that like we've already said we don't want.
So it pretty much in general, people that covered it were like, hey, this is a bad thing. Y'all shouldn't have made this. And what sparked up a lot of controversy is there's one publication that was like, hey, this is the thing that you guys are gonna love. And people they definitely let that publication know that they're not going to love it, and you shouldn't love it. And here's why: because it perpetuates the whole romanticism of slavery. Right. It goes back to this whole like Sally and Thomas Jefferson thing, where it's like, oh, well, she loved him. She was in love with him. Right. No, you can't be in love with someone who's your slave master.
Or you because they own you.
It's not real love because it's not an equal playing field. They own you. It's like they're not even like your boss in a corporate setting. They own you. We don't
support this dynamic in any other place.
Thank you.
It's like when you put this dynamic, it's like with like a child, with an adult, your big boss, your
middle management
or something like that. And there's this dynamic in there where they have this power over you. Yeah. I question it. Yeah. I'm like, are they really in love, or are you just trying to protect your job, please somebody, and because they have authority over you, you can't say no anyway. Like,
And I will say this: for all of the people that were out there talking about power dynamics in the workplace, I don't know how they're able to look at this and say there isn't a power dynamic. Let me break it down. There's nothing romantic about Sally and Thomas Jefferson at all. Nothing romantic. This is what happened. He owned her and found her as a sexual object pleasing, and then forced her to live close to him so that he wouldn't have to take the time to walk to the slave quarters and have sex with her there. No, excuse me, rape her there. So he moved her closer to him so that he could rape her at ease or with ease. You know what I'm saying? Rape her at his pleasure. Because he don't want to walk too far. That's what truly happened. So like, let's get rid of this whole thing like, oh, they were in love or whatever. They weren't in love. It's not love when you own someone. It's just not. So hey, look, the more you know. Now,
okay, here's the story. Here's the storyline. Hold up.
All right, we got the storyline. Here we go.
Okay, Carmen is a 19-year-old who is a slave and a witch. She has fallen for a white man, which is a crime that has her scheduled to be burnt at the stake. She receives salvation, though, when an old wizard offers her the ability to jump in time to a place where to a time and place where nobody believes in witches. She agrees not to use her powers in exchange for the time traveling. So she is transported to modern-day Colombia. There, she starts a new life, meets new friends, and even goes to college. But one constant remains: once a witch, always a witch.
Well,
so,
wow.
I don't really like this. I'm not interested.
Why does it have to be the basis of the story? You could have did that without the love thing.
Right.
You could have did that. It's like they have to put it in there. Well, of course, she wants to go back and save him. And all
right, exactly. And I was like, why? And then some people were making arguments that she wasn't adjusting well in modern times, and clearly she is. So,
doing a great job.
That's why she had to go back, because she was in new time and she knew it right, but she agreed.
If you're 19, how you go straight to college? You ain't got no records, no nothing. She used that witch powers. Right? She used that.
Well, I think that's the once a witch, always a witch comes in.
She
you get there and you like, how am I supposed to live this way? Like the wizard's just gone. And
wizard like, all right, I'm gone. Can't be a witch no more. She like, all right, let me whip up some documents.
I actually would like this story if they would just the whole thing, the
crux of her love story.
The love story ain't doing
love
it for
story. Me. So, all right, now we have responses from your boy Max. I'm gonna read number one. Or you know what? Number one, he's emasculated because of his docile demeanor, tamed by his white wife, revealed in the Dianne Feinstein court.
Always on his hotel.
Other men have been in this predicament. Will Smith, Genuine, handled it more appropriate. Okay, now what? Okay,
I need to look that up.
Yeah. So
Will Smith. What happened with Will Smith?
So apparently, since you're docile,
he's not docile.
What makes him docile? Because he's not running around beating people up. Like what makes him docile? Like really? Because he's not Because he's not ODB. He's not running around like trying to be Method Man in the 90s. Like what do you want him to do to make him not docile? Here's the thing, black men, listen.
You know what? We could cut through that.
You do not have to prove your.
If we could cut through that, if we could, okay. I want to have this conversation because it seems like every time Max explains something, I have new questions.
Yeah, you
I have new
all
questions.
You do is make new questions. So what is docile?
Because if you're telling me, Terry Crews is an actor.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like we were having a conversation before we went on where some men don't consider that real work.
Yeah.
But it does require things from you that I'm just thinking like I'm making assumptions about what you mean about docile, because I'm like, what do you mean? He just seems like the average, okay,
like
nice dude.
From that, I would be docile.
Right. I was like any guy who seems successful and works in an office.
That's not like yelling at people all the time.
It would be docile by what seems to be your implied definition there. So maybe you want to come at us and let us know what docile means, so we're not making assumptions and putting words in your mouth. But if he's docile, then there's a whole bunch of dudes out there that are docile. Which
now he said he was tamed by his white wife. Is he married to a white woman?
Yes, he is.
I was under the impression that he was married to a black woman.
No, he's not.
I thought I saw him.
He's been married
reality show
for a while too.
I thought he had a reality show. And it was a light skinned lady.
No. I believe that his first and only wife.
Ooh, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not something he's hiding. Every time he's on a red carpet, she's with him.
So it's not him. So number two, he says he needs to shut up because he's the only black man who's caping for Me Too amid white counterparts who are still thriving. Charlie Sheen, Polanski, Bryan Singer, Ed Buck, Weinstein, the list goes on. So
wait, that doesn't make sense.
So all right, so what you're saying is
because there's no other black men doing it, he shouldn't do it either.
Me Too. Okay, trust me, there have been things that have slid into Me Too that have been just as sinister as anything else.
Right.
But the idea that if you like Me Too,
you shouldn't speak up about it.
Yeah, you shouldn't speak up about Me Too. That's interesting.
I don't know about that one.
RCH 32 said hang white. Oh man, I see.
Okay, so it's Tarana Buke.
Oh snap! We got Shah Uhuru in the spot, stumming down the video. That's what I'm talking about. Get that engagement up. So all right, check it. He done brought. So all right. So
Tarana Buke is the person who actually started Me Too.
All right, cool.
And she's a black civil rights activist from the Bronx. She founded it in 2006. Using the phrase "Me Too," to raise awareness of the pervasiveness of sexual abuse and assault in society. It's a I feel like, and there've been many articles about how this has been hijacked from women of color.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to find the actress from Charmed, and they often credit her. And to her credit, she's gone back and said, no, it was her. It was Tarana Buke. I think it's how you say her last name. And stuff like that. And so that's who I was referring to when I said Terry Crews teamed up with Tarana Buke, a Black woman, civil rights woman, who's talking about sexual assault. And when it comes to sexual assault, Black women are at the highest, and they get the least resources. Yes. And if there's anyone who should be supporting Black women, it's Black men. Exactly.
Now, with that said, to Shout Uhuru, he said, where are all the Black men who are claiming Me Too right now? Yeah, that's a good question. Now you should go contact them and tell them to support it. Exactly. You should tell them that they should be supporting this. There should be more Black men involved. That's what we're saying. Thank you. You're playing. You're not helping yourself, bro. Yeah, you're not helping yourself. They should be. What we're saying is Terry Crews supporting Me Too is not a bad thing. It really isn't. There are some women that have done some felonious stuff under Me Too, as opposed to anything else, I guess. Right. That doesn't mean the concept of Me Too is still great. It's still great. It's not great. It's a solid concept. Yeah. There's nothing great about sexual assault. Well, I mean, sorry. Meaning like what they want to do. Solid, it's real. And I'm just I'm just trying to sexual assault is not good. It's not good. Yeah. It's a real issue. The pervasiveness is right. It is everywhere. It is an issue, and it's particularly an issue for Black women. Mm-hmm. And now Terry Crews is saying it is also an issue for Black men. So I challenge you, Black men, to support your Black women who are going through this, and also support your brothers who are going through it. That's all we're saying. Support each other. When somebody comes to you about sexual assault, this is not the time to say, well, you a big ass Negro. Why didn't you do X? That's not the time for that. Yeah. That's not the time. You don't know what you would do in that situation if it has not happened to you. Wow. At this point, Me Too is a CIA operation to bring down Black men. Wow. That's being that it existed, but it's existed before now. It's been Brooke has been doing this since 2006. Yeah. Slugging it on her own with limited resources, but the CIA is behind it. I don't even try to think this through. Y'all be throwing them good ones though. CIA. I don't think there's anything good about that. They went straight to CIA. Wow. Y'all didn't even stop it like, maybe this is like a police thing. Y'all went straight to the top. They always do the CIA. FBI though. They always. I'm not surprised, nor am I impressed. All right. Let's follow your logic real quick. We got a couple minutes. Don't go down the bunny hole. Don't go down the bunny hole with them. But see, this is the thing. Shout Uhuru, I think this gets to the point of it. Shout Uhuru says if a man can't defend himself, but you got to remember, there's different ways to defend yourself. Let me explain something. And this is for any young men that might be watching, especially young Black boys. Listen to me. Bring it in. Strength and aggression are two different things. They always have been. Aggression is mostly confused as strength, but strength involves discipline and many times restraint. Aggression does not. See, sometimes when someone comes at you, you have to think forward than your face or further than your nose and say, right now, the best play is restraint. Right now, I need to take this dude to court and shine a light on him and his Confederates and some of this industry to maybe get some of them out of there instead of just punching him in the face and then going to jail and nobody knowing the wiser. Aggression would have hit him in the face. It would have been over. Terry Crews hit some dude at some party. And he would have been cool with you guys. But y'all would have been cool with him. Y'all would have been cool. Y'all trying to GoFundMe, to get him out. How would y'all have supported him? They would have worn him free Terry Crews shirts. Exactly. And he'd be rotting in jail right now. Oh, man. And then at the same time, we know how our justice system does us. Thank you. We cannot. I got stuff going on in my own family
where the justice system just isn't doing it for us. And so he took a huge gamble to even go that route, but he knew what the system would do to him.
Yes.
And he said
because the system loves to make examples.
Yeah.
So this is a big black man
I know what's
who
going to
we
happen
see through
to me.
NFL.
Right.
You should be happy you're making money.
Right.
So now they're really going to make an example.
Exactly.
Because you need to shut up and play basketball, or shut up and act, or shut up and play football, or whatever.
So my thing is, y'all have two narratives that kind of conflict. You know what the justice system is going to do to this guy if he swings on him. You know what he's going to do. You know he's going to end up in jail. He's going to have jail time. It's going to be all bad for him. And you will sit there and go, see, this is what the system does to us. It's terrible. But nothing changes, unfortunately. Yeah. It's not. But I feel like he's done more, I think, by not hitting him and moving the ball in the right direction than he really don't swing it. Like, if he had swung it, it'd be a wrap. It'd be over. It'd be over.
Yeah.
There'd be no more conversations about it. Nobody would be talking about Terry Crews. Nobody would be talking. Y'all wouldn't be talking about Terry Crews. It would be just a wrap.
Yeah. And like Shaq Uhuru is like mad hard on that. He's like, let's move on. Like, this is show.
let's move on because you don't have answers for the things I'm pointing out.
His idea is that what I said is weak. So you know, like, we just want him to be weak. And like, you know, it says every person has a right to defend himself. Yes, he does. But that was not a situation where his back was to his wall, where his only response was to react in physicality. Right. But now all of a sudden it's like, no, he weak. You know, he's been exiled from the black community.
But I'd rather exile you than Terry Crews. I'm gonna be 100.
But apparently, so from your logic,
I don't need that mess. Yeah. That's
so
mess.
from your logic, you and Max. So you and Max's logic.
Because I live in the world we actually exist. I'm extremely practical.
Yeah,
I'm extremely so.
But
so any ideology, I have a problem with ideologies.
Yeah.
Period. Across
Especially
the board.
If you can't work them out.
Exactly, because the problem with ideologies is they're rigid. And in the moment, if it calls for something different, if you need to do something else that gives you the ultimate best result, the ideology won't let you do it.
Yeah.
And that ideology goes for everything. In politics, I have a problem with both parties. I have a problem with everybody who subscribes to ideology because people don't work that way. Rigid rules do not work in our society. No. We have not accepted that we are complex people and our problems can't be answered just by doing the same thing over and over again. It hasn't gotten us anywhere now. No. We don't seem to learn from our mistakes. We don't learn from history. We don't learn from nothing.
Well, here's the idea. The idea from Max and Shout is one, I'm weak. One, pretty much any black man that's trying to take each situation separately as it goes and figure it out as that is weak unless you just immediately.
So if they don't reduce themselves to their aggression and strength and they neglect this big thing in their skull.
Yeah.
Then they're weak. Okay, I got it.
And then, you know, of course, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, he should have fought back. You're not a man. So it's like,
I think, and the thing is, it doesn't change the fact, like, in a different situation, he might need to, and then he'll do it, and he'll handle business. I'm not saying that you should not be able to defend yourself. I'm not saying you're being able to fight. But me, I'm petty as fuck. I want maximum for mine. Yeah. If I feel like taking you out right now is gonna give me this, when I can play the long game and get this, I want this. Right. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm super bingeable. I'm like, I want like long game.
Dude has not only shined. This dude went from possibly just hitting this dude and it being over right there.
Overdone.
He's going. He's taking this dude to court.
2 years later, we would not be talking about it.
Yeah. So he's brought him in court, other people in court. Now it's shined a light on not only him but his other producer friends.
And it's gained so much more traction. Like they are taking people. I don't know how long they're going to keep all the people that Max mentioned earlier. I don't know how long they're going to be out of the game.
Yeah,
but they are. If anything, they're losing dollars. They're losing clout. They should be losing their freedoms as well for what they've done.
Yeah,
and some of the people you mentioned are going in and out in court. And I agree that there's a system that's keeping that out of the mainstream. Like, there's not,
Yeah,
we're not hearing
but
about
they are in and out of court.
Weinstein anymore,
Yeah,
even though he's in and out of
court right now.
Right now. But we're not hearing about it. Why are we getting updates about it?
Because the media is trying to keep it on the low.
Right.
So,
and we know that.
Yeah.
So my thing is, it's neither here or there. It's somewhere in between. Are there systems of oppression? Are there things that just in play? We just had a long ass conversation how things run on autopilot in the earlier part of this live stream. So there's definitely things that work. I'm not saying like conspiracy theories are even completely crazy. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that existed back in the day that have come to be realized they're real. Yeah. Like things against Martin Luther King, things against Malcolm X. They have files on them. Yeah. They even had a file on Eartha Kitt. I did another podcast about Eartha Kitt.
What up,
they had one on her because she was outspoken about civil rights, about people.
True. More so than I ever knew.
Yeah, exactly. And it cost her career. You know, she's the less sung Muhammad Ali. Ali. We all know about
Muhammad Ali.
Ali. You know, he lost all those years to boxing because he was taking a stand against the draft. Because he's like, he famously said, nobody in Vietnam ever did anything to me and stuff like that. And they revoked his boxing license. We know all that, but we don't know about other people who are also going through that. So I agree. There's a system out there, but I feel like you cannot box people in to how they want to deal with it. Yeah. Even if it boils down to Terry Crews saying, hey, I didn't want to spend time in jail. I respect that. Yeah. He could have been like, I didn't sign because I didn't want to spend time in jail. I wasn't about that. Yeah. Why can't you respect him on that? Yeah. Not everybody wants to go to jail.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I don't get it. The funny thing is now Max and Shout are so upset that they're going to like personal attacks. And that shows one thing. That shows
you don't
something.
Have an argument.
You don't have an argument. And that's something that men don't do. Men are able to stay on point with an argument.
Yeah, why y'all getting all into y'all feelings?
Yeah, why y'all in y'all feelings?
Do you love me?
Yeah, why you getting feelings? And that's what you do when you don't have an argument.
So
and now you grasp it at
I'm excited. Don't get twisted. I'm excited. I get excited.
We're excited because we're having a passionate debate.
Passionate conversation. But my brain is firing. I'm like, no, but you don't see what we're having a conversation.
Yeah, but you guys are really invested.
Y'all hurt.
You guys are hurt.
y'all hurting. And y'all need to hurt. You know, as you suggested earlier, Max, you know, therapy is for everybody. You might want to look up on that. You in your mad whole top frame. But with that said, guys, what else? We had other stuff.
Do we have another one? Because we said Siempre. We followed at that.
And then we said we're gonna talk about 21.
21 Savage. See, because I know we on the time. We good. All right,
we'll do this last one.
About 15 minutes.
And then we'll roll it up.
Cool. So 21 Savage. You know, all y'all hoteps, y'all can be mad now. Now y'all can leave. Close the door. Close me down. Block me or something and get out. Right. Or hit that thumbs down, and then hit that thumbs down again, and then leave a comment. And then get out.
Did that. Yeah. Then did the comment and then
comment, do some more comment and be like, y'all whack. And then hit the thumbs down and pew. So 21 Savage, the rapper we know from Atlanta. ATL. From the A.
I've looked into this more. Now, I will admit, I think what it was is when I first heard it, I thought it was fake news. I was like, and so I think
it did seem weird. Yeah, you hit me up.
I hit you up and I was like, man, what? They out here talking about
he going with ice.
21 is like from the UK. That can't be real. And I was like, man. So eventually I talked to another friend who's in music, and we're like, this is hilarious. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way he's from the.
I was like, you know, and when I first read he was arrested, I felt bad because I was like, oh, he's doing so good.
Yeah, new album out. Exactly. Everything seems to be going well.
I've listened to the album several times, and it looks like he's making a lot of having a lot of epiphanies.
Yeah, changing. He's evolving as a man. Some people probably gonna be in his comments.
Exactly. Talking about what you mean, bro?
What you mean, growing?
What you mean?
You are
maturing.
You moist.
Exactly. You moist out here using your brain, thinking about shit.
You want to use discipline,
right?
You want to use the strength.
You want to get out these streets.
You
want to avoid getting arrested. What's that about?
Oh man.
I was like,
Hotep should give me everything.
Exactly. That toxic masculinity, man. It's rough, man, but it's addictive apparently.
It's
like a hell of a drug. Cause they like, nah. I was like, well, y'all just continue leveling up with that backwards thinking of yours.
Woo.
I was like, y'all can run everything.
Get you every day. Right. So anyway, he's
exactly.
You know
so he's doing pretty good, and so I was sad first. I saw like arresting, and then when I read what he was arrested for, I'm like, this is fake. Then I got mad because then I was like, this. I knew he had talked about immigration at performance.
Oh yeah.
So I said, this is political.
Yeah,
and
this is kind of it is.
And it is. And I'm like, man, this is dark times, man. They starting to arrest like celebrities for this kind of stuff. That you go to history. That's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. It's
that's
like
dictator stuff.
Exactly. It really is.
That's dictator level.
Then how it got started, the hit ups on 21 Talk got started is that the agent who was interviewed about it, because they're like, this can't be real. They're like, he's fake. He's been selling y'all persona. And y'all just fell for it. And I was like, I don't feel you was authorized to say all that. and but
he's like officer number 5.
Exactly. Talking about him. So how much 21 Savage you really listen to, my guy?
Yeah, you don't know about 21 Savage.
Exactly. But then people ran with that statement that it was instead of looking into the details. And even at first, I was like taken aback by it. I was mad over the political part of it. So I think that's the only thing that stopped me from like getting into memes. And I'm so glad.
Yeah, memes.
I didn't get into the memes.
The memes was wrong.
I felt bad for laughing because it's a serious situation.
Twitter is like those kids in the back of the class.
Right.
They
don't care about what it is.
They didn't care about what it is. They're going to joke.
Say your mom died from cancer, and
they got jokes.
They got jokes.
They got jokes
and stuff. And so that is Twitter for you. I hope that's not us as a whole.
Yeah.
But that's definitely Twitter for you.
Yeah.
And so, man, I looked at some of them. I had to say they were pretty good though. I was like,
when they said 21 was in the booth.
Okay. This is serious though.
But this is a serious situation.
This is such a serious
because
situation.
this is using politics and using the
because mind you, he's been arrested
the enforcement arm of the law to kind of silence people that are speaking out. And we're getting into because we've seen an attack on free press.
Right.
Now we're seeing an attack on people that are protesting and like speaking out against the government in very kind of like slide ways. It's not good. This
might have been the first person that came and said something openly about immigration that had something they could do that wouldn't look just so obviously shady. Yeah. It's still obviously shady.
Yeah.
But
since it's a black guy, they know. A lot
of people feel like it's happening because he's like a black immigrant. It's happening because he said something out loud. Because mind you, he's been arrested twice.
White immigrants are here. It's all good. White immigrant is the wife of the president.
Right.
Everything's all good.
Well, there's
so
also
immigration is all.
They're saying in the true sense of the situation is that he overstayed the visa.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure that out. So I'm trying to figure it out because his mom's here too.
Yeah.
But being that I definitely grown up in schools where we had immigrant populations in school, I have definitely had that happen. I think I said in a different live show where I've had friends where we were kicking in high school and then everybody gets ready to go to college or go to community college or get a job and then they find out they're undocumented.
Yeah.
And it's like it hits you like a ton of bricks.
So you're like, word?
And so your parents, and then if you live somewhere like LA, you can get by without it. And your kid can have a perfectly normal life. Yeah. Not knowing that they were brought here at like 2, 3. And or even if they were brought here earlier. So the story is that Savage was brought here when he was 12. Yeah. And so I don't know how he's giving us there's a whole bunch of problems I have with that because the way people are taking it because they didn't know the details. I said, everybody's like, they're making fun of him having like that he don't talk that way. This is persona. I definitely knew somebody who was in music who jumped to that conclusion. I was like, ooh, don't you look stupid now? Because if you're saying if you move somewhere at 12,
here long enough to lose that,
right?
Because he's how old is 21 Savage now?
He's 26.
All right, so in 14 years, whatever, math 14, is not 14 years,
13, 14 years.
14 years
he's
or so.
He's been here, and he came here at like a tender age, so you can lose the accent. He can do all the things that he said happened could have happened in that time span. Like
because when you're 12, you're getting into that age where you're starting to kind of like go out more without your parents, you're hanging out with your friends.
Exactly. So I don't think that this proves anything about who he is, because I did feel at first bad, like, oh man, another persona rapper. Yeah. But then it was like, no, this ain't the case.
Yeah, this ain't Iggy Azalea.
Exactly, it's not Iggy. Some people made that comparison, and I was like, no, it's not Iggy. Iggy came here with a plan. She's like, and her music changed. Like in Australia, she was doing nothing but pop. And then when she got here, she's like, I'm gonna do rap. But a lot of people do that.
I'm a rap. A lot
of white artists do that.
But
they
she
do
did
rap or R&B to get on.
But the voice switch was like, that's what killed Iggy. Iggy tried to, because we was already like, really, do you have to come here rapping?
I liked Iggy Azalea when she first came out.
She had 2 songs. I'll give her that. She had 2 songs. You gonna give her more than 2 songs? She had Fancy, and there was one like a B-sided track that was kind of like
Work. Was it Work? I liked it.
Yeah, I think it was Work. I think it was Work.
It's like Fancy, Work. And then there was like one more song I liked. I can remember, but I can't remember the name of it.
But when we caught that action, we was like, excuse me? I thought you so it's like, oh, so you faking. So you stealing from black women. You already in a black genre. You letting that slide. And now you stealing the voice of the black women. Come on, man. And it just look.
And her rapping voice can be different from her speaking voice. I think her problematic comments about black people
were true.
But my issue when she fell out with her black boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody.
Was it Nick Young? I think it was.
Yeah, it was one of the
Nick Young. I think it was Nick Young.
Him. But yeah, and I was like, that was my issue. That was my issue. I was like, either you're not gonna buy Iggy Azalea's music, or you're going to. I personally enjoyed it until she's like, oh, I want shit on black. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, whoa, what we doing to you?
Exactly.
And black people is the whole reason.
Exactly, and that's what everybody started calling out, because everybody was about her until she started like saying all this problematic stuff, and they're like, how are you going to be in rap?
Yeah, how you gonna be in rap
and not be familiar
and
aware
then sounding like us? I can see if you were like rap, but you were doing your Australian accent. But
when people actually rap and sing, the accent drops. It does. Give me an example of somebody whose accent don't at least reduce.
She didn't reduce. She went straight to a sister.
I know, but my point is what's the booed up chick? Her singing voice and the accents.
Yo, that boot up is man. That boot up.
Now she's
I know y'all love British. That song. I know y'all love
Black
that
British,
song.
but my point is she's Black British, right? So she's of the Australia. Yeah. But when you hear that chick talk, best is when you hear her sing. Come on. Oh, let me take it even further. Back to Life. That's our jam. You put all back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now.
Don't tell me they from
British. British.
They British too?
They British too. We got whole influx
of black
coming
to America. Well,
and y'all enjoyed that shit. Y'all need it. I don't know. I don't got a problem with it. My mom was rocking to the album.
All right, look, that song is good, but I'm still mad that you tricked me into thinking that you was American. All right, you'll be tricking me to think you were American.
They didn't trick you. They gave you some good bops. That's what they did.
Yeah, but trick me into thinking you was American.
Whatever, I always knew.
You should have been like, hey everybody, we're about to sing. By the way, we're from Britain. All right, bad. And like, word, cool. Like, cool. All right.
All the interviews,
they tricked me. They tricked
all
me.
The interviews.
I ain't watching the interviews. I was too young.
So was I. I just looked it up because I really like their music and them in Loose Ends.
See, you know what? Is anybody? Can we have our own music scene, please?
We do.
Ain't nobody going over there and doing. Well, actually, we all right. So
we hella popular.
I'll take that back.
You know that the Snoop Dogg had a band where he couldn't go to the UK, and the Queen got it removed because her grandchildren like his music.
What? Snoop got reach. Snoop got reach. I didn't know Snoop and the Queen
because
like that.
A lot of countries ban rappers, but they're so popular that
they gotta let it slide.
They've given in. The only people who kind of keep up that smoke is Australia, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought China would be one of the ones that's like, nah, we don't care. But nope.
They restrict just a lot of outside, period, and that's just part of them,
kind of their culture.
Keeping their market kind of insulated.
It's like, look, we buying our own Chinese artists.
And a little bit of the thought control.
Well,
They don't want you to be too influenced outside.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no they ain't coming out here trying to promote. You gonna promote something? What you gonna talk about humanity or something? Not in China. You gonna say what we say. You gonna say what we say you gonna say. But anyway, back to 21 Savage. Oh, Omega Dreads is in the house. Keith, I said Keith. Big shout out to Keith. Yeah, that's it. I think those are the two new people. I already saw Shout Uhuru. Y'all been through y'all thing. And Omega Dreads, but big shout out. Good to see you too. So back to 21 Savage. 21 Savage, and his lawyer comes out and is like, yo, we started the process long ago. He didn't even be arrested. So now,
I hadn't read
his
that
lawyer,
part.
His lawyer did an interview saying that they started the process to like renew it or whatever, like sometime last year. Yeah, sometime last year. So it's like this isn't new. This isn't like why are they doing this now?
Probably how they came, because again, like I said, he was arrested, and people were like, "Well, you didn't catch him then, but he got arrested because he was hanging out with somebody else." And then they became aware of his status, and that's probably him trying to fix it. That's why it was even on their radar.
Yeah,
because I was like, that's hella random.
So yeah, it's definitely a weird. We're in a weird situation politically where there's definitely some stuff. There's definitely some overreaching going on by the administration in general. And I don't know where it's going to end at, but this is crazy. And honestly, big shot. I was never a huge fan of 21 Savage.
21.
26 Savage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I was always a little surprised that he came up the way he did because he's so monotone. But I was like, I guess people, again, I'm not going to stop people from having what they like. I was like, I like his verse on Rockstar.
Okay.
And then
he's okay, but it's the monotone thing that sometimes I'm just like, I'll pass. But I don't think he's of the newer Kleph. Well, I guess 21's been out for a while, so I don't know if I'd say new Kleph, but of the newer era of rappers, I'm not mad at 21 Savage. I don't think he's the greatest like lyrical god, but I mean, do you have to be at the same time? So I mean, he's all right. And his new album, actually, I'm like, you know what? Cool. I see some evolution. I see him doing this thing. Cool. Word. We kind of down with it. So I'm not mad at him. But his statements about immigration is what put me up, because I was like, oh, now brother get some activism.
Exactly.
Brother,
he's a young man. He's 26. He's coming into ourselves. I mean, as we hit that 25, we like, okay, we're starting to like what's important to us, where we at about things. And so we're coming to it. Again, I was like, I actually like the newer album a lot more, even though it's like this monotone. Yeah. But I think the samples and the beats are what really got me hooked. Like a lot is repetitive as fuck, but you got that old school does work. Like thing on it, and I like the video on it. Like, have you seen the video for it?
Notice, Shout, you killing me today. 21, he said 21 is a C-level rapper, which, I guess it's debatable. He's not that great. But then he said Kodak Black is better. Yo, we ain't messing with Kodak Black. Wait. He said Kodak Black is better?
Kodak the rapper that said he don't date dark-skinned women?
Yeah, that's him.
That's super black guys out here.
Yo, I don't know what it is with dark-skinned dudes, like just hating their skin. But not Kodak Black. Even outside of that controversy, Kodak Black. I can't believe I'm about to defend 21 Savage's rap skills, but
I think
Kodak Black is not messing with 21 Savage right now. Not, at least not with his new stuff.
Okay.
Kodak Black is not on his level. Kodak Black is like a Z level rapper.
No, don't do that.
He's bad.
I don't like what he says about Black women.
Yeah,
obviously. I'm happy that he's out of jail. Now, see, it's funny how Black women can come through and be like, dude, you dissing me, but I still want you to be great. You know?
Tiffany Level said Kodak is D level. Tiffany, you being real nice to Kodak right now.
But his songs I've heard.
Maybe there's some songs that are mad ill.
No, okay.
That I ain't heard.
He's got catchy pop rap songs right now.
Yes.
I like that. So it works for me because he has 2 songs out right now. One with Gucci and Bruno Mars. Gucci. And then I forget what the other one's out because he's like, I'm still out here looking like I do fraud. It's on the radio a lot. And I don't know. It's like it's catchy.
Yeah, it's catchy, but I feel like Kodak is not messing with 21 Savage. I feel like if you gave me both albums was like, all right, listen to this all the way through, and then listen to 21 all the way through, and listen to Kodak all the way through, and which one you like. Most people be like, up 21. They be like, this Kodak stuff, 21 we got. But you know,
I feel like they're like here. I really do. When I listen to them, I was like, I only listen to it when they have like catch stuff, and that's going to say, I've listened to the whole new CD by 21 Savage.
Yeah. See, I haven't listened to I've listened to about half of it.
I've listened to the whole thing and I put it on repeat. I have songs I like. It does sometimes just get a little too mono.
Yeah, he does the monotone thing. Yeah.
And then he can be very repetitive. So because I feel like at least with Kodak, he doesn't constantly
got some poppy.
It is poppy, but we're just talking about lyrics. Yeah. He actually says different things.
Yeah.
And 21 is like a lot. 21. Like I've listened to songs where he's literally like just to get through a sentence, he says something over and over again on multiple songs.
He does.
And I'm just like, so I can't give them like one being better than the other. They're both a part of this school of rap where it's basic as fuck. It's you're doing the bare minimum, and your ad libs, your beats, your samples are everything. If you had to just listen to them lyrically, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Period. With either one of them.
Yeah.
I need your beats, your samples, and everything else, your ad libs to be on point because it's not working otherwise.
Yeah.
They have features. Okay, they have features with rappers that are out rapping you. And that used to be a big issue. You were not supposed to have features with people who could out rap you, but it's easy to do with them.
Yeah, it is because everybody wants to work with them. And that joint with J. Cole.
Right, thank you. A Lot is a perfect example of having a rapper who can out rap you on your hit record. And I said this earlier. I said we need to support brother J. Cole.
Yo,
he's J. Cole out here trying to give you everything.
J. Cole is giving you lyrics.
He's lyrics, depth. What you want? But he's talking about.
I think here's J. Cole's problem. As a matter of fact, look, all right, we got to wrap.
Right.
Here's J. Cole's problem. J. Cole, I don't think can put together a strong album.
What?
I think since Forest Hill or whatever, his albums have been like very uneven.
Cody, I listened to half of. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
Like I think his albums are very uneven, but I think his talent is great. I think he needs to put together a real I don't know, like Wu-Tang Forever level, Thriller level, like that Forest Hill level album where it's like everything is undeniably
like
hot.
Leonardo DiCaprio of rap.
Oh,
y'all need to give that dude his props before he crawls into a bear.
Man. Look, J. Cole, he watches the show. We got love for y'all. Man, look, I know you got the talent. Just you You know
I don't know. I think his albums are good.
I'm halfway with your albums, but
you was giving so much love to 21. You killed me.
No, because see, you got to remember the bar is different. See, 21's bar is down here.
Okay.
J. Cole's bar is here. Because he came out like, yo, I'm gonna be the next rap dude. And he's rapped with like Talib Kweli, Mos Def, J Electronica. He's rapped with tons of and held his own. So his bar is up there. And 21's bar is like 21's bar kind of low.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of like unfortunately mumble rappers that would put 21 into that.
Yeah, he's mumble-ish.
Yeah, mumble-ish.
Yeah, I can understand what he's saying, but
he's trap mumble. But it's like you can understand
kind of like a 2 Chainz-ish kind of era.
Exactly. Like you ain't trying to like
you ain't trying to understand all of the words, but you can get enough.
And repeating all the words, you be putting your own little stuff in there because you didn't know what that was. But anyway, I do think his language is fairly clear. So I don't know what to call him because it's why I put a lot of people in mumble rap because it's just oversimplified. Like it's so simple. Yeah. And I don't need you to be like blowing my mind with like wordplay. You ain't gotta be, And, I mean, there's time for that, but you know, and you can do it and do it well. Because some people be losing me where they're trying to blow you away so much, but with their, the lyrical talent. The lyrical talent. Right. They forget like this is supposed to be a song. It's supposed to be entertaining. And
like Gifted Gab from Black Alicious, super mad talented rapper. Like matter of fact, Chemical Calisthenics was on Spider-Verse when he was running through the school. So dude has met, but he don't really put together the best songs. Right. But he got the illest. I was like, rhymes is there.
Like to me, I think the best one is somebody who's like, I can give you
some lyrics,
I can make.
But my beats is on point.
But the song is on point. You gotta listen to the song more than once. And it won't be just like, oh man, it was like all I have to say is like, man, that was hella deep. Yeah. Next. You wouldn't be able to come back to it and like put it on there, like be saying some real shit, but make it where I want to listen to it over and over again. And that's that perfect medium. And I'm not saying
and J. Cole, I know you can do that.
It's not easy. Come on. Let's establish that is not easy to do. No, I'm not saying it's easy, but that's the G spot. That's the spot you're trying to get to.
Our Thursday show where we talk about hip hop, one of my favorite people that I always harp on, especially since he says some problematic stuff. But Nas has problems finding dope beats. Like he has a very big problem. But lyrically, you're like, yo, man, this guy is saying some stuff. Yeah. But he need to get them beats and them hooks together.
And he's Nas. He should have like first.
Yeah, he should have. He should have like fresh pickings of the dopest stuff.
Exactly. People should always be sending him dope stuff. So I don't know. Maybe his taste just ain't. He may, because sometimes I'd be like listening to songs, so I'm like, I bet they thought it was dope when they were recording this. And you're just like, nah.
Oh man, it's like, but guys, thank you for chilling with us. We gotta go because there's tons of stuff, there's people coming in and all kinds of stuff. We gotta get out of here. But thank you for checking this out. Big shout to Keith Cooper, Max Evans, Shout to Huru, Tiffany Little, Little Miss Chocolate, Alan Lewis, I think was here. I can't remember. Therese in the house. Doriel for the super chat. Thank you. RCH32 and everybody else. I think that Open Mind came through. So Open Mind and big shout out to Thought Crimes because Thought Crimes definitely always holds it down, does some dope stuff, and they inspire your brother right here. So before we get out of here, to the left, the awesome, the amazing, the enigmatic.
Oh, Marqueeda LaStar. Thank you so much. recognize game. It's all good. You can find me anywhere on the internet at LaStar.next.
What up?
Don't at me though. If you don't want that smoke. So, and if I ain't got time for you today, like if I don't got time for you, I'm probably not going to say anything because I am working. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler. I'm out here grinding all day, every day. So if I don't get at you, it is what it is.
And you can find me at ThatNerdSoul. That's right. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. At One Youngster, I am almost at 1,000 followers. So your boy moving up. And on Instagram at ThatNerdSoul, I'm almost at 1,000 too. So I'm coming up.
Your boy to that grand.
I'm trying to get up there so I can do some more stuff. So I can get some influx of cash.
What's the difference between
what,
a stack and a rack?
A stack is like a stack is like one, but a rack is like a stack of stacks. So we try to get a rack. So like a stack is like this, but a rack is like three is like four stacks.
100 and a rack is 1,000.
Oh, there we go. There we go. And if a stack is 100, that is not
impressive. I when I found that out, I was like, really? That's it? But yeah.
Oh man. So I see your boy Max still hurt. He trying to be heard. Max want to be heard so bad. He want to be heard so bad.
Yeah, check out Max and what he got to say.
Yeah, please read his comments.
Yeah,
so, guys, holler at me, I'm gonna holler at you down in the comments or online. We can talk about Wu-Tang, we can talk about Star Trek. But hit that thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Share this to your friends. And if you hit that thumbs down, I'm gonna send the CIA after you. All right? And ICE gonna be with them. All coming to your house. There's gonna be a CIA ICE party at your house. You ain't never gonna rap no more. Just think about that. All right, just think about that. All right, think about that before you hit that button. Do you really want to hit that? Because they coming. So, guys, from us to you, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. Have a happy